That's how it goes.
What's up, you guys? Les saludos aquí, and right now I'm doing rock climbing. There's a tutor over there. I mean the teacher. I mean our guide. Yeah, our guide. There we go. And she's way up there right now. Right now she's hooking up. And it's a Bel Air, right? I forgot what it's called, but I figured it out later on. So I'll meet you back in the top. Wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
Holy shit. Is that cows right there?
What's up?
Is that cows?
Cows? Yeah, I think horses.
Horses?
Yeah.
Oh, you know the place?
I mean, I don't know. I've been up here a few times though.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
There's some more.
Alrighty.
But we're not gonna climb that. We're gonna climb the second one over there.
So you can do
Yeah. Okay. See ya. Second climb right now. And that's it. What are you guys' name?
Tanner. Brody.
This guy's Brody. This is Tanner. Tanner.
Yeah.
Where's your GoPro?
Oh, he's got it in the backpack.
Oh, in the backpack on there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of. Oh, he has it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on later. We're gonna go probably 2 or 3 more pitches up.
Okay. That's cool.
Buddy.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go down. We're gonna do a harder one.
I don't know. We're gonna try to get on. I'd like to get on a harder one, but I think we'll just whatever we can get on, we'll get on.
No.
If we can choose, then I'd like to choose a harder one, but on a day like today, we kind of just have to go with whatever's so open. Yeah.
That's true. So, what would you say if we get on? What would you say if we, after this, go to a harder one?
Well, if it's available, then that's great. But I don't want to stand around and wait. So
I know what you mean. Like, I mean, I'm saying like, what would it be?
I don't know.
Whatever
Oh, you want it to be level of difficulty? Well, it would probably be rated like the same thing as this, but it would probably be just something that feels harder than this one. You know what I mean? Like, because this is an easy route for the grade. It's really not hard, the grade.
Okay. Do they grade these?
Yeah, they're graded.
Oh, okay, cool. Like what? Like to a to F or
No,
by numbers?
No, it's like, well, it's called a Yosemite decimal system, and it's so it starts with a 5, so it's 5 point. So 5 is the classification. It's 5th class climbing, so it just basically tells you.
Somebody looks comfortable.
Yeah, I know.
It tells you basically the level of steepness. Tells you that you know, in order to safely ascend, you really should use a system, a rope system. So it just tells you that it's steep enough that if you fall, you'll gain momentum. So having a rope and a rope system in a team of 2 or more is, you know, ideal. Exactly. So 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st class would be like moving through terrain like this, where it's unlikely that you'll fall, but maybe, certainly like when you were walking down this, you know, I gave you a belay, because if you did fall, you'd still tumble a little bit. So that's where, you know, it's kind of gray. You know, you don't really need a rope, but you may want one.
Better to have
if you have this terrain and you're 100 or 200 feet up, then
you're just going to keep going down.
Right, so you still may want a rope. But 5th class is clear. You definitely need a rope. So it's basically the level of steepness. Right? So within that level, it's a point, and then it tells you how hard it is. So you could still have easy climbing. You could still have like 0.0 or 0.1, or you could have it hard. So it could go
0.9,
0.10. I mean, it goes all the way up to 15.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you guys did, the first one you did was a 3. This one was a 4. This one was like 5. So
Wow.
We're kind of building on that, you know, we're kind of building.
I'm actually impressed with myself.
You should be impressed. So yeah, so and you know, and that level can be determined by a variety of different things. Obviously, if the handholds get smaller, but if you have small handholds and it's low angle, that's not that hard. If you have small handholds and it gets steeper or overhung, then obviously that's more challenging.
Yeah.
So that's one of the ways that they determine how hard it is. Also, it can be a sequence of moves or it could just be one move. But whatever the hardest move is, that's what they rate it at. So it could be easy, 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 and then one move. So they're gonna rate that on a lower scale. So they may say minus. So they may say like 5, 6 minus, where you may go to an area where each move feels like that grade, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. So they might give that a plus. So this was definitely a minus grade. For that grade, it's easy for that grade. We may go do another one that's rated the same thing and it may feel a lot harder. So that would be something that would be rated a plus.
Okay.
When you get, it's an exponential scale. So the harder you get, the harder the routes are. So, you know, when you get to like 510, there's not a lot of difference between like a 6 minus and a 6 plus. Really, there's not a lot of difference.
Rope coming down.
But when you get to like 510, they subcategorize it even further to like 10A, 10B, 10C, and 10D. So the difference between a 10A and a 10D is pretty vast, where a difference between like a 9 minus and a 9 plus is much smaller. So it's an exponential scale. So it's getting harder and harder as you get further and further up the line.
Do they have pamphlets for this?
They have a guidebook, yes. So it'll give you information about the route. It'll tell you, of course, what level of difficulty it is. It'll tell you how high it is. It'll tell you pretty much, it'll describe where you're going. So it'll say things like a ret, which is that outside corner. It might say a bulge or a roof. That would be like a little overhang that you have to go over. It might have a crack in it, so it'll say crack. So it'll tell you generally where to go, give you some direction. And, you know, and if it's multi-pitched, it'll tell you, you know, all of them.
Okay.
You know, this particular area is called the traditional climbing area. There is very little, if any, permanent bolts drilled into the rock. Everything is removable. All the hardware that I put in is removable. So it takes more skill and it's a lot harder to climb in an area like this than an area where they drill the bolts into the wall.
Yeah, I thought I saw a bolt up there.
That's a piton.
Piton?
That's been there since like the 1940s and 50s.
What?
It's a very old piece of equipment. Some of them are still trustworthy and others
are not.
No. Yeah. I mean, they're exposed to the elements for years and years and
Yeah.
years. I mean, steel does eventually over time corrode and break apart and rust just like everything else.
What was it used for? Do you know?
It's before they invented cams, the spring-loaded cam, the removable hardware. They didn't have anything to protect themselves, so they invented those things that they pound in. They pound into cracks and stuff. So that was before they invented the hardware that we have, the modern hardware that we have now. So they've been there.
So that's like another way to rock climb?
The old way.
The
old way, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
When rock climbing was first created and invented,
they used that.
The pioneers of the sport needed a way to secure themselves to the wall, and they didn't have the gear that we have now. That was invented. That's a modern thing. I mean, I think that nuts and stoppers, the little wedges, those were invented in like the 60s. The 70s and 80s, they started inventing the first spring-loaded camming in units, but they were very rigid and hard. They were hard metal, so they would snap and break if they took weight over an edge. So they invented flexible ones like we have now. You see some of them are really flexible, so they could take a force over a hard rock surface. But they didn't invent those until 80s and the 90s. The 90s really started pushing those flexible camming units. That's when they really started advancing. So anything that was done prior to that generation, they had to pound those
Grandfathered
things.
in and-
Yeah. So yeah, it's just kind of the way that it was developed. And the biggest advancement in climbing was the rope. It was the rope technology. And it started off as hemp rope, and the weave was definitely different than the weave that is now. Now it's called a incremental weave. So the core is oh look, there's a snake.
Are you kidding? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Really?
It's just a garter snake.
Where's it at? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, there it goes.
Cute little snake.
Yeah, it's just a garter snake. So the rope, the material,
Oh, I guess it's gone now. I can't find it.
and the weave is what gave us modern climbing. Without that advancement, climbing would not be what it is now. You wouldn't have the grades that they have because you couldn't.
You wouldn't be able to.
You wouldn't be able to.
The rope would
Yeah.
wear out.
Well, the rope was very static. It wasn't very dynamic. The dynamic quality, because of that weave, the way that weave is woven, it dissipates forces through the whole rope. So you know, like in a Chinese finger grip, when you pull like
Yeah.
the weave flexes. That's exactly what it is. It's a weave like that flexes like that, right? So that's what gave it the advancement. So you take a fall, and it's like a rubber band. You feel like it stretches, and so that dissipates this force. A human body, even a small person, can generate an exceptional amount of force in a very small fall. So having that rope really allows people to be safe, for the gear to hold, and nobody to get injured. I can do that. So it was pretty simple.
The leaf's covering up. There it is.
Alright, well, we'll keep going. We'll see what else we can get on.
Okay. I was getting a little sleepy right here. Oh shit. There you go.
So what's the max? No one else thought it.
The way I think it actually goes, you're going to go like another 5 seconds.
Watch out, that one's a little loose.
Thanks.
You guys can give your head a rest if you want now.
Whew, man.
More sweaty than real.
Wait. Oh, I still. I do have my hat, so. Okay, there you go. I'm good. shit. That's the hardest climb I ever got. This is called the Boston. It's like really steep in the bottom. Yeah. But great view. Took me like maybe 30 minutes getting up there. Struggled a lot. Too much work. I mean, too much climb. No, actually, it's the shortest climb I've ever done. I think that's gonna be my last climb. See ya.
Give us a victory sign.
You don't have to bother cooking it if you don't want to.
You want to take it off?
If you want to try to take it out, sure. You gotta pull the trigger. There you go.